11 from the team that took to the pitch against Sydney FC. David Ospina gets his first minutes. Likewise for regular captain Laurent Koscielny. Ainsley Maitland-Niles was part of England's recent Under-20 World Cup triumph in Korea. It's a first Arsenal start for Alexander Lacazette, the record signing after his goal-scoring debut off the bench 2 nights ago. He links up with fellow Frenchman Olivier Giroud. That's the starting 11 for Arsene Wenger's men. Western Sydney, a combination of the familiar and the new. Former Perth captain Josh Risdon starts for the second time pre-season for the Wanderers, as does Rolly Bonavacia. They are 2 key signings. Jacob Milik gets a chance to impress after injuries plagued his last 12 months, and after being exposed in the Asian Champions League last campaign, Abraham Majok, the teenager, makes just his 3rd start. Marquee signing Oriol Riera is on the bench. Bench is packed full of quality. Of course, Per Mertesacker scored the other night. Mesut Ozil was outstanding, as was Reiss Nelson, the winger. Cohen Bramble, the left-sided player. So plenty of precocious talent with Joe Willock also performing well for Arsenal. And we've got Riera on the bench with Mark Tokic, a young up-and-coming star. Chris Hurd, the former Aston Villa man, on the bench. Michael Thwaite, a lot of A-League experience and a smattering of Socceroos exposure as well. And Carl Cimenti, a young striker with great potential for the Western Sydney Wanderers. Turned wide by El Neni. Maitland-Niles is a wide player of great quality. Good turn by Lacazette. Great shift to speed too. Looking for its 2nd goal of the tournament. And denied by a late clearance there from Jack Clisby. It's still not dead, Miles. And it was a deflected shot there from Aaron Ramsey, who appeals for handball, but there's a pulsating move there from Arsenal.
It's great. It's great use of the body there for Lacazette. Good feet, explosive. Cuts back inside. Shot on goal. Janjetovic, a good save in terms of how they get their free kicks.
With the outswinger of Oxlade-Chamberlain, or the inswinger of Granit Xhaka. Well placed too! And the header's on target from Olivier Giroud. It was a free header too.
Yeah, and I think the linesman ends up giving offside there. Giroud ends up getting the header. I don't think he's offside, but Koscielny makes a forward run. And once it goes into that area, I guess the line...
Western Sydney, of course, the only club to lower Sydney FC's colours throughout the season. That's a lovely overlapping run from Monreal. Arsenal are in. Giroud! What a finish, Olivier Giroud. Wonderful, classy, instinctive, and Arsenal have the lead.
And it's a good flow and move down the left-hand side. We spoke a little bit earlier on about Western Sydney Wanderers getting in good early positions defensively and about the cutback. See here, we eventually, it's a cutback. Giroud, that's a fantastic finish. Janjetovic can't do anything about that. The roof of the net. But again, a good pick out here, good spot by Monreal. Rather than looking to fizz it across the box this time, he gets his head up. Little cutback. Majok getting on shoulders. I think they can cause Arsenal some problems and get a few sightings at goal.
There's the cry for Ospina, and that's a decent ball. Ramsey's onside, and he scores! What a run! Excellent assist, and Arsenal 2-0 to the good. That is the Gunners at their very best.
Man, they've made it look very, very simple there, haven't they? It's a fantastic long ball. Great forward run from Aaron Ramsey, who we know loves to get forward. Seen him do that so many times. In the end, unfortunately, Janjetovic is in no man's land. It's a good finish. It's a fantastic ball. It really is a fantastic ball from Monreal, but Ramsey being positive, wanting to get on the end of the things. Once he gets there again, he looks up early, you see there. Fantastic finish.
Great admiration. The long-range pass by Nacho Monreal. That is pure class. Xhaka spots the run of Maitland-Niles. That's an excellent angle. Created initially, and the shot on the turn by Giroud. After he was played in by Lacazette, was stinging the palms of Janjetovic.
He's big and strong there, isn't he? In the area there, Giroud. He gets the opportunity. Half a yard there. Great touch to be able to then turn and get a strike on. Fortunately for Yadi with the goal, doesn't need much. Roof of the net.
Oxlade-Chamberlain, Iwobi. El Neni can strike them. Oh, that's a cruel deflection. 3-0 Arsenal. Janjetovic done by the deflected shot.
And you were right there, Basher. It is cruel. I mean, at the same time, you can't take it away from Arsenal there. And they're asking questions, they're getting in the right areas. But you're right here, you have a look. There's a good layback. The deflection there gives Janjetovic no chance. And at the moment, it sits at 3-0, which I've got to say is not really a true reflection of the first half and the way that Western Sydney Wanderers have performed.
No, off for Brendan. El Neni. Mohamed El Neni, what a shot! Off the underside of the crossbar, and Giroud can't return the favour. Well, he's that type of player, Mohamed El Neni, with an eye for goal, either in defence or midfield.
It's a wonderful, wonderful effort here from El Neni. He realised keeper's off his line, does everything right. Unfortunately, just doesn't go in. I've seen him in the warm-up prior to the Sydney FC game try something similar. So he certainly got it in his locker. Great effort.
Had the persistence to win it back. Risdon, good cutback. Glancing ball. Clisby! And he hits the apex of goal. Still not dead there for Western Sydney. Machok! And they escape somehow, Arsenal.
He's given a back pass as well.
It's a back pass, so it'll be a free kick to Western Sydney.
It's a good little spell there. They get into a good area. Clisby, here's Clisby's strike. Strikes it well off the crossbar. Be interesting to see what they do with this free kick here now. Can they work something? Do they go for power, height?
Emiliano Martinez, who we saw in the second half in game one, is on the pitch for David Ospina. And this is a big opportunity for Western Sydney. Will it be Rolly Bolivancia or Stephen Lustig? They'll be looking for the roof of the net. Or maybe the low option may play out. It is Lustig, and it stays out. No, second attempt. It's scored. It's a sweet goal for Stephen Lustig as the Wanderers pull one back, and a richly deserved one in the second half.
Yeah, for sure, and gets a little bit of luck there, gets a second bite of the cherry. Very difficult to score the first attempt. Arsenal managed to get the block, fires back out to Lustig, who volleys it to the roof of the net. Good reaction, and certainly well needed, and something that Western Sydney Wanderers will be quite relieved to get that goal, get back into the game, and hopefully slow Arsenal down in their tracks a little bit.
Good reaction, good technique by Stephen Lustig, who had his injury. Lustig emerges. Here's Bonaventure.
The work rate.
Riera with that central run. Is he onside? Flag stays down. Oriol Riera thinks about the shot and he gets it away in the end. Martinez was sharp, and that's a nice turn and shot by the Spaniard.
It was good movement. Good movement. He makes a good run in behind the Arsenal back three. It's close. Once he gets a little bit sharper, he can start to get away from people, but his movement, his awareness of space seems very good.
Lovely ball, Ozil. Here's Welbeck. And flashes a... Helped on by Welbeck. Bonaventure under pressure, then Foster under Riera. Flag stays down on the Spaniard. Good first touch. And he drags the shot, but it was a good piece of work to open.
Now he set his wall up. He's got to back his wall. He's got to make sure he looks after his side.
It is Ozil, and that's a poorly taken free kick. As he clips it in, and Mertesacker looking to score in consecutive matches. It was a delightful ball, and he made a decent run there. Deflected ball by Coquelin. Kolashinas to Nketiah. Sharp feet by the young striker. Here's Kolashinas, opens up for Walcott, and that's a terrific save, Janjetovic. Turning it wide, denying Arsenal's fourth.
And it's brilliant.
It's
careless.
high clearance.
Yeah, it's careless. You work so hard. Everyone's tired.
Welbeck, cutback is good. Ozil, Nketiah against the upright once more. Walcott has his shot. Juices are really flowing for Arsenal, but they're not being rewarded.
Yeah, and again, that does come. It's tired. It's late in the game. Western Sydney Wanderers cough up.
Willock!
Oh!
And goes very close to the Gunners' fourth.
Well, it's waiting for the net to bulge there. Looked as if it was on, but look, this is, again, it's great. It's great play. Off the back of, again, some poor play from the Wanderers trying to play up, coughing up early possession. I'll tell you what, that was close. It had whip, it had tail.